Hey, people of God. The reason why I'm doing this video, a lot of people ask me, how am I able to function under so much distress, so many different issues going on in my life, going through rape situations, even though I'm serving God, going through distress situations, even though I'm serving God, going through setbacks financially, even though I'm serving God, going through feeling like I'm being human trafficked every day, going through so many different issues, trauma, mental distress, so many different attacks. I mean, whether it's from the people that you love or the people that you hate, um, there's always going to be a distress. Sometimes there's from people that you don't even know, strangers. But there's always a distress going on. And I tell people this: I have to stay focused and level. I cannot sit up here and think about the fact that I can feel myself being raped and can do nothing about it. That's the sad part about it. It's like if you could do something, yeah, I would love to do something, but I feel like I'm being programmed not to do something. You know what I'm saying? And that's the sad part about it, because the state that I'm in and stuff like that. But like I said, I came to God. I decided to serve God. I chose the lifestyle to serve God. I've been serving God for quite some time now. And situations haven't changed that dramatically. Situation hasn't changed that much. It's pretty much going through the same cycles, the same trauma and stuff like that. The only difference with me serving God is that I know now. And knowing is like half the battle for me. Because there was times when I'm under demonic possession, I didn't even know that I was being raped. I could not even tell people, hey, I'm being raped. I'm going through rape situations and I'm going through distressing situations. I could not verbalize that because I could not remember some of the rape situations. Like, I woke up with a man on top of me one time and could not even call out to law enforcement and say, hey, I was raped and there was a man in my home on top of me raping me and stuff like that, because I couldn't even remember. So this stuff does mess with your memory. It does mess with who you are, what you believe in, and all these different other things. And a lot of people want to label it under you being crazy, and you're not. So I tell people all the time, I don't focus on some of the situations that I go through. I focus on what I'm trying to achieve. So I'm always going hard to try to be somebody. I'm always trying to work hard. I'm always trying to do a different job. I'm always trying to stay focused and stay level, because if you sit there, you will go mad and you will go crazy. And even if you don't go mad and you don't go crazy, because you're sitting up there, basically you're stimulating yourself in other ways of like, okay, I'm studying, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and you're finding things to sit up there and pour your energy into. There are still those times where you go through stunted growth because of some of these attacks, where you're not as active as you want to be and stuff like that. But I try to manage some of the situations that I go through, like the rape situations, by me making positive decisions, by me sitting up there choosing myself, by me not thinking about it as much, as trying not to focus on it and just trying to sit up there and focus on what I'm trying to achieve and is it possible, and trying to sit up there and get rid of the illness of mine. I tell people this all the time, and I also report, because I know that these situations is actually happening to me, because I'm not sexually active. I'm dealing with an enlarged vagina or whatever the case may be. So I make sure that I report to law enforcement, even if law enforcement doesn't do anything. Of course, at some point, I want to be able to actually get rape kits done, constantly, every day, and send them off to the lab so that they can have somewhat of proof of a situation. If I don't even do that, I'm going to probably end up eventually swabbing daily and keeping a documentary or a record of that. That's the game plan. But at the same time, there's really nothing I can really do in my situation with the state that I'm in, besides reporting to law enforcement. And I can't even report straightforward. I have to report bogusly, like under alias. Because if I'm straight forth with them, hey, it's me. A lot of times they're trying to bakerate you, and you're trying to tell them, hey, this is something that's plaguing the community. But the blind leading the blind is not going to help the situation because they're blinded to the situation. So they think that basically what I'm telling them is fictional. It's not real. It's no reality to it. And some fiction is very much real, regardless whether we want to believe it. Hey, this is something out of a fairy tale book, but at the same time, this is something that's actually going on. And you can't say that you didn't know about it because sometimes we have to label it under fiction, but it's very much true. Sometimes they have to say, "Oh, well, let us check you." They sit up there and they say, "Oh, well, you got mental issues," or whatever the case may be, knowing that you don't have mental issues. Sometimes they even got proof. Half of your problem is going to come from the fact that they know it's happening and they're assisting and aiding and abetting those situations. So the only thing that you can do is continue to report and sit up there and do the best that you can for yourself. Document as much as you can. Document for yourself. If you can swab and try to get DNA data every day, and just like with a little plain Q-tip, and basically find something to encase it in. Do what you have to do, and make sure you're encasing it separately and stuff like that, so that you can have documentation. This is about all that you can do. The enemy is very clever. The enemy never meant for you to succeed. The enemy always want problems. So know what you're dealing with. God bless.